Hey YouTubers, this is the American Samurai coming to you almost live in small town USA. And instead of a review day, I'm just gotten some. I've heard some ideas and I want to throw them out just in case for next year's WWE game, because 2K14 is really good. But if you like me and you play some old games, I'm thinking a lot of people missing the story mode. And it occurred to me, and it's occurred to my friends, so I'm bringing up some of the ideas that we had for the next WWE game. If you like it or you have some more ideas, comment below, subscribe, you know the drill. Okay, first thing I'm thinking, and this is what a lot of people are thinking. Now, WWE owns the right to WCW, ECW, and I believe a couple of other companies too. So what I'm thinking would be cool is a story mode where instead of it being like Road to WrestleMania or whatever, something like SmackDown, where you have Here Comes the Pain, we have a story and you're able to take your character through the story and make different choices and kind of see where you end up, you know. But here's my idea: instead of just doing it with one company, why not do it with WWE, ECW, and WCW. Now here's how it would work. And this is just me throwing out ideas. I don't know if it's even possible, but what you would do is your character, you could either choose a character or create a character, and you would go through the story for whichever company you chose, and you would start out in development, basically. If you were in doing the WWE one, you would start out in NXT. If you were in WCW, you would start out. I don't know what their development territory was, so I'm going to say the power plant. And if you're in ECW, you start on the School of Hard Knocks. And that would be where you would learn the basics of the game. And then as you progress through the story, you would go to, you know, WCW, you would go to either Monday Night Nitro or Thunder or, you know, whichever one of those shows. In ECW, you would go to the Hardcore TV or whatever the other one. You would, you know, make alliances and do all this stuff, betray people, you know, all this kind of stuff. And it would be 3 completely different experiences because it would be 3 completely different companies. Now, I know a lot of the WCW and ECW wrestlers don't work for them anymore, but they probably could get permission. I mean, let's face it, TNA told non-stop action to put out a game in years. So I'm sure they'd be more than willing to work with WWE on this concept of a game that mixes WCW, ECW, and WWE into like one consecutive game. The second mode of play would, of course, be Universe mode. But this time, the Universe mode would consist of an ECW show, a WCW show, and then, of course, Raw, SmackDown, Superstars, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, I'm thinking you'd get in some of the major feuds at the time for the ECW or WCW, like maybe somehow you get involved in the Tommy Dreamer Raven feud in ECW, whereas in WCW maybe you accidentally get involved in like the NWO versus the Four Horsemen, so you have to choose a side there. Like I said, these are some ideas I'm throwing out. But I think it could make an interesting game. Actually, they might be able to do 3 different games out of it, actually. And then, of course, if they still wanted to keep the historical thing, they can make that another mode of play. But it would be the main story, like it did this year. But also, they should keep all the creative things. Sorry. And, what I think they're seriously lacking on, and there's a concept that a lot of people are upset about. Whenever they do the Divas things, there's some always left out. Trish Stratus, Chyna. Look, it doesn't matter what they're doing now. We want them as they were then, okay? Get some more Divas. Get some more ECW guys. Get some more WCW guys. Whatever you gotta do, do it. Because I'm telling you, they've done the Attitude Era, they've done WrestleMania, so they've done the big ones. So I'm thinking next year they're probably gonna return to like Road to WrestleMania or something like that. Well, I'm saying instead do that. Do basically like a career mode type deal with ECW, WCW, and WWE. Because that'd be interesting. Because then you could, maybe see what happened if Shawn Michaels, instead of working for WWE, what would happen if Shawn Michaels had went to ECW, or what if Tommy Dreamer had actually gone to WCW, and started there instead of going to ECW, or what if Goldberg had started out his career in WWE? There's some ideas thrown at you. And then, of course, you'd have the create a character story mode, where you create a character and go through that and have some fun with that. The different modes. And as you would, of course, as you would go through, they unlock gear. Like maybe if you beat Tommy Dreamer a certain amount of time, you unlock Tommy Dreamer and his ECW shirt. Whereas in WCW, maybe if you beat Terror Rising, you get his robe or something. That's my idea, is you would get not just the character itself, but also a piece of clothing to use and create a character. So that's an idea. Until next time, it's the American Samurai saying sayonara.